Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Against the Public for July 8th. I'm Dana Lane. Today I'm going to give you my top 3 Major League Baseball free plays for Monday, and then we'll finish it off by checking in. We did this a little while ago, but we're going to check in with pitchers' line drive rates, and we're going to talk about pitchers who have line drive rates under 20% and see if there's any direct correlation to cashing tickets. And we know it's important to have a good line drive rate, but just how important and how has it affected teams and pitchers when their starting pitcher has a line drive rate that's under 20%. Anyway, okay, we'll get to that. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium Major League Baseball plays locked and loaded for Monday. It's the only thing going on. No CFL, no WNBA, just Major League Baseball tomorrow. We crushed books yesterday, and you can bet that I'm going back for more on Monday. We're going to start a massive run. So please go to Pickdawgz.com, get involved, and ride the rest of this summer out until football season starts in just a little under a month. You can jump on my single plays or my Major League Baseball 3-pack for just $49.99. And of course, every single play and every 3-pack comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and I can't emphasize enough how important it is right now with us being just under a month away from kickoff of the Hall of Fame game in the NFL. And I tell you the guys this all the time, but if you remember what we did last year in the NFL and college football combined, you're going to want to start making that bankroll right now. So become an all-access member, and you can do that over the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, guys, just jump on that annual all-access pass that gives you every play that I release, and that covers the rest of Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, NHL for next year, NBA for next year, college basketball, all the way up to this time in Major League Baseball in 2025. And you can do that for just $3.56 a day. So no matter how you do it, whether you buy a single game or an annual pass, thank you so much to everybody that has. And please make sure that you get involved. We're going to have a great football season. Okay, on to your free plays for Monday. Remember, these are probable pitchers, so please confirm these pitching matchups before you place a wager. Start things off 12:35 Eastern Time. Rotation number 901-902, New York Mets against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates minus $1.13, 8.5 over minus 15. Christian Scott against Mitch Keller. Betting patterns early in this one clearly show the public is coming fast and furious on the Pirates, and also on the over. This might go up to minus $1.20. I really think that there's really nothing in the early betting patterns that's going to suggest to me that this number will come back to say $1.10. If anything, we're going to see maybe it stick where it is, but probably $1.20. Public's a little bit more divided on the side. 68% of the tickets are on the Pirates. 52% of the money is on Pittsburgh, but still favoring the Pirates in this one. We do see a small tick up in price and some offshore books, but really nothing to worry about at this point. Christian Scott seeking his first victory of the season, 6 starts, second after being recalled from AAA Syracuse. In his previous start, he allowed 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 base on balls, 2 Ks, 1 home run, and just 5 2/3 innings. In his last 5 starts, Scott has a ERA of 5.06 and has given up at least 1 long ball in 4 of those 5 games. Something to keep kind of a massive note to take to put a pin in. And when you're talking about a total, we are going to see on the flip side, we're going to see how Mitch Keller reacts. And what is he going to react to? Well, not being named to the All-Star team. He's 9-5 this season, and you kind of got that feeling that he wasn't going to after his last start against the St. Louis Cardinals. At 10-4, he was going. 9-5, he's not, and he had a really bad start against the St. Louis Cardinals. Just 5 earned runs, allowed 9 hits, 5 earned, 2 homers, 7-4 loss to St. Louis in a game that the Pirates really needed to win, or certainly had circled as an important game. If he got the W, he would have been there. So let's see how he reacts after kind of, probably in his mind, getting snubbed a little bit, but I'm sure he's justifying it and understands why. In his last 2 starts, The average game total was 12.5 and 10.67 in Scott's last 3 starts. So I'm going to go over this total of 8.5 minus $1.15. Game number 2, 4:05 Eastern Time, rotation number 903, 904, St. Louis Cardinals against the Washington Nationals. Nationals minus $1.12. Miles Michaelis against Mitchell Parker. Pros versus Joe's game here. 68% of the money coming in on the Cardinals. 67% of the tickets are on the Nationals. Consensus number is dropped. Or the consensus number open at minus $1.20 at FanDuel in New Jersey, minus $1.21 at Heritage, but that's dropped to minus $1.12 as other books have opened their number not quite so high. We did see some significant wagers on the Cardinals at Heritage, where we saw professional money jump on the Cardinals at plus $1.11 early, and a couple more at FanDuel New Jersey. Michaelis is 6-7, a 5.19 ERA, held the Pirates down in his last start through 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, no walks, 4 Ks, and they lost the game 5-4, but it wasn't because of Michaelis. That took kind of the sting out of a bad performance against the Reds in his previous start. So Michaelis is coming into this game with a bunch of confidence, I would think. And a veteran pitcher like that is not going to lack confidence anyway. But always good to get a starter who's coming in off of a decent effort. Parker, on the other hand, is 5-4, 3.61 ERA. A guy who manages a pretty good ERA. We'll take 3.61 in 2024, but has very average strikeout numbers. Usually, strikeout numbers are pretty high when you're in the mid 3.5. So that's not the case here. The problem in the minors with him has always been walks, but when he got to the majors, all of a sudden that's completely disappeared. He's been pretty good as far as the walks are concerned, but still something that he has had a problem with in the past. In fact, he's allowed just 3 walks in his last 23 innings. That's quite a turnaround from what he did in the minors. Cardinals have won 11 of the last 16 games, including 2 of 3 in this series, while the Nats have lost 9 of 13. I'm going back with the Cardinals in Game 4, plus $1.02. Try to get that plus money. It's a little bit hard to find right now. No matter what you get, it's still a good number, but there is a little bit of plus money still out there. 7:10 Eastern Time is our third game. 9:05, 9:06, Colorado Rockies against the Cincinnati Reds. Reds minus $1.90, minus $1.25, 9 over minus $1.25. Ryan Feltner against Andrew Abbott. If you like the over, get it now, because I think we're going to be looking at a 9.5 before the morning. 57% of the money is on the over, along with 69% of the tickets. We've already seen a professional move at FanDuel New Jersey on the under. That number was at 9.5. There was a bet on the under, but that lasted less than an hour, and then they knocked that number down to 9. But I think we are going to see a 9.5 again. Feltner, 5.0 or 5.60 ERA, started to turn things around a little bit. Had a couple good outings against Milwaukee and Houston. Owns a 4.18 ERA over his last 5 starts. And this season, the Rockies have given him a ton of run support. 5.39 runs per game. In his 17 starts this year, the Rockies have failed to score 5 or more runs in just 6 starts. So you know you're going to get or likely to get some pretty good run support for Feltner in this game. Colorado's averaged just under 10 runs a game. So we'll take that and put that to the side when we're looking at the total. And as far as Abbott is concerned, 8-6, a 3.28 ERA, just 3.00 over his last 5 games, so pointing in the right direction. Abbott can't claim the same run support that Feltner has, with the Reds just scoring 1 run in 6 of his 17 starts this year, and 3 or less in 9 of his starts. So 2 pitchers that are, one juiced to a ton of run support, one is not. 6 of the last 10 meetings have cashed over tickets, including 2 of their 3 this year, averaging 13.33 runs per matchup. I'm going to go right back to that. We're going to go over 9 minus $1.25, but make sure you jump on that as quickly as possible, because I think this number is going to 9.5 sometime between now and the morning. Might jump back to 9, but definitely will hit 9.5 at some books. And before we close the show today, Let's take a look at those line drive rates again. We talked about that, I don't know, about a month ago, a month and a half ago, and we're going to update how they affect your ability to cash tickets. And why are we focused on line drive rates instead of, say, ground ball rates or fly ball rates? Well, because line drive rates produce about 10 times more runs than ground ball rates or fly ball rates. Yes, I know they're a little bit subjective, and I think there is some where it's a lot easier today to determine what a line drive is versus a fly ball, just because of all the metrics that we have today and the ability to monitor those metrics. So in this, with this filter, we're going to use 20% or less. I think the major league minimum or major league average is like 21%. We'll just round it off to 20% as the marker in our filter. So here are the numbers. These numbers are for the purpose of analyzing starting pitching. This is not a bullpen factor. This is just starting pitching with a line drive percentage under 20%. Overall, teams with a starter with less than 20% a line drive rate are just 330 and 328, 0.97 units. Not as good as you might have thought. Now, there's a big difference when we start to break these down, because when we start to break them down between home and favorites and dogs, then we start to understand why a little bit more. Favorites are 174 and 130, 572 win percentage, minus 8.31 units. Not exactly what we're looking for. Good win percentage, but again, minus 8.31 units, not exactly the smooth sailing we were hoping for. But underdogs, 156 and 198, just a 441 win percentage, but that's produced 7.33 units of profit. So that would lead you to believe that road teams might be a good wager with a starter with a line drive rate under 20%, and you would be right. Home teams 158 and 155 this season, minus 21.54 units. Road teams not 500, but just a little bit under 169 and 172, plus 19.88 units of profit. Road dogs 106 and 128, plus 14.03 units of profit. And road dogs over the last 3 seasons, 285 and 367, 437 win percentage, but you would be up over 31 units playing road dogs with starting pitchers who have line drive rates of under 20%. Now, the best teams with starters that own line drive percentages of under 20, well, number 1 is the Washington Nationals, but it's a little bit skewed because only 12 times this year have they set a starting pitcher out there with a line drive percentage of less than 20%, but nonetheless, they're up 10.26 units. Yankees are second, 14 and 4 plus 8.25. Red Sox are third, 16 and 9 plus 8.12. Here are the worst teams when sending out a pitcher with a line drive rate of under 20%. Los Angeles Angels, 12 and 24, minus 9.13 units. Oakland Athletics, these are all the usual suspects. Oakland Athletics, 4 and 14, minus 8.36 units. And the Chicago White Sox, 5 and 16, minus 8.15 units. That's just telling you they don't have the team behind their starting pitching, no matter how good it is. One thing is definitely for sure, if you get a road team with a starter whose line drive rate is less than 20%, you certainly have a solid handicapping tool to take advantage of. And this also eliminates games when you have this will also eliminate games when you have 2 starters that are under that 20% mark, and you kind of have to throw those out. But in this way, if we're just looking for a road dog with a starter under 20%, we have ourselves a solid card probably when all is said and done, and the numbers bear that out. So something specific for you to look out for when Monday's card comes up on your phone or your computer. And we found another little handicapping tool that you can put in your arsenal, and hopefully that will maintain what you've done already or turn your season around. If there's anything you'd like me to research, please just drop me a comment on the YouTube channel. I will get to it as soon as I can. This week's going to be a little bit strange. I am going to go through Monday through Friday on this show, but then on Saturday I will be gone from Saturday to probably the following Sunday, and just a little trip down to Florida. So I will be gone for a week, so I apologize or appreciate everybody who has watched on a daily basis, but I will be gone from that week starting on Saturday. So we'll have shows all the way up until Friday, and then Saturday we're going to take a little bit of a summer break and come back strong a week later. So that does it for your Monday free picks and handicapping tip of the day. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages, including my all-access pass that gives you every play I release for one low price. Also, I still will have those plays up on Pickdawgz every day, so there will not be a day without picks. It's just there will be about a week or so without shows. So just to clarify that. Here's our Monday free play recap. New York Mets, Pittsburgh Pirates over 8.5 minus 15. St. Louis Cardinals plus $1.02. And the Colorado Avalanche. I wish it was hockey season. 120 in Vegas. Please, let's drop the puck. Colorado Rockies against the Cincinnati Reds over 9 minus $1.25. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who watches on a daily basis. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Monday.